What's up, guys, and welcome to a brand new LCPDFR installation tutorial. I'm going to update my old one. It's going to be quick, so follow along closely. Head over to lcpdfr.com, and I'd suggest making an account to make downloading so much easier. Click on the Downloads tab, and it'll bring you to the Downloads page. Scroll down to where you see on the left side G17 Media Modifications, and click on LCPD First Response. You'll get a couple options here. There are the older versions. You want 1.1, which is the top one. Click on that, and it will take you to a information page. You can read about the information about the mod itself, or you can go to the right side and click on the download button and agree to the terms of service. Now you have a few options when you get to this screen. You can install the zip file, which is a manual install, and you can also get the auto installer, which is an exe executable, and there's also the API and install guide documentation here as well. I chose the LCPD First Response 1.1 installer no ads exe. You'll click download, head over to do a quick CAPTCHA, and then your file will download. Now you want to execute the installer, and it will load up. Select your language. Mine is English. Hit next. Agree to the terms of service. I don't need the development tool, so I unchecked that for the API. Make sure you have dsound ASI loader selected. Xliveless will not work with multiplayer if you use that. I always use dsound. It works perfect for me. Hit next a few more times. Select your install directory for where your GTA 4 is. I'm using episodes from Liberty City because that's what I have on Steam, and I've selected that on my Z drive, and then hit install. And that is it. Now we want to launch the First Response configuration control panel. It'll pop up, and here you can change all kinds of things. I suggest reading through them and picking what you want, and there's a few tabs there as well. The next thing you'll need is the .NET Framework, so Google that. I'll have a link in the description. Head over to the Microsoft.NET download page. The download link will be at the top to the right side. Go ahead and click on that, and what we want, once it loads, is the install .NET Framework 4.5.1. You do not need the developer pack. We'll keep that. It'll be a quick download. Run the exe, and it will launch the installer for the .NET Framework. This is needed for all of the script hooks to work with LCPDFR and also other mods. Now just follow the installation instructions for .NET. It's relatively simple. Just hit next a bunch of times, let it install, it takes a few minutes, and then hit finish, and you're ready to go. The next thing we're going to install is ELS, which is the emergency lighting system. Head over to LCPDFR and search ELS in the search bar. The first thing that will come up is the ELS download page. It does say ELS v7, but once you click on it, it's actually the newest version, which is version 8. Head over to the download button, and then we'll download version 8.rar. You'll also need WinRAR or a similar unpacking program to get that out. And do the CAPTCHA, download the file, and now you have ELS. Once that's downloaded, open up the archive. Inside you will find 3 folders. You want to click on the installation files, and what you're going to do with this is you're going to navigate to your GTA 4 directory, which on mine is under Z local storage, Steam library, Steam apps, common, and Grand Theft Auto 4 episodes from Liberty City, EFLC, and this is your main game directory here. I don't know why I clicked on scripts. Let's go back. And what you're going to do is take everything in there and drag it straight over into the directory and drop it in there. And you're going to be asked to move and replace some files. You're going to merge and move and replace all of them. So check the box and do it for all of them. And now you have ELS installed. You can change the settings in ELS, like the key bindings and various other things with the els.ini. So if you scroll down and you find ELS configuration settings, you can open that with Notepad++ or another notepad, and you can edit this file, which has all of your controls in there. It has your interface options, lighting options, and other miscellaneous settings. You can go through there and set it up how you like. Now that that's set up, let's move on to getting a car mod. Head over to LCPDFR.com, pick up your mod of choice. I picked this slick top Tahoe. Oh no, it's a Ford Explorer, Ford something. Anyway, download the car mod. You can get it off of LCPDFR.com, or you can go to another place called GTA Police Mods, which is another one that I go to. While this is downloading, we need a program called Spark 4, which I had to type in Spark 4 EFLC because I got the wrong version. Get 0.6.7, that is the newest version and will work with any GTA install, including Steam. I'll have this linked in the description as well. Download that. This is what you need to install car mods and textures and stuff like that. So that'll download really quickly. You can run this straight from the zip, but I believe I just extracted it to the desktop. I got rid of that one because that was one that didn't work and needed the newer version. So you can head over to your downloads directory, find it. You'll need to keep this somewhere. I just run it from the zip all the time, so I just leave the zip on my desktop. So drag that over, open up the archive again, and then run the spark4.exe, which will open a sort of a file browser type program. So you can close out of the archive and hit browse. And it should automatically detect your directory, but it'll ask you to find it if it can't find it itself. And here is your game files. So what you're gonna do, I just minimize the ones that aren't really needed. You're gonna go to under PC, and then scroll all the way to the bottom, past all of the websites, and you'll see models, and then it'll go to CD images, and then you're gonna double click on vehicles.img. Here is all of the vehicles in the game. So this is where we'll be importing our car folder, our car files. The important files are the WFT and WTD. The FBI INI is also for ELS, which is a configuration file. We'll do this first. That shows the with the ELS version 8, there's different lighting modes and different lighting options that you can do for each car. So that is going to be moved into the ELS configuration folder. To get your car into the game, you're going to click on Import, and you're going to navigate to where your car is, which I have extracted on my desktop, and you want to control click on both the WTD and WFT, which is the texture and the model. And then you scroll down and see they're both turned blue. That means they're both imported. Hit save, and then hit OK, hit rebuild, hit OK. And also, if you end up wanting to edit the texture, you can see that one's the texture, the WTD. You can double click on that or hit edit at the top, and this is where all of the textures for the vehicle is. You can edit them as you please. You can change the light colors by changing the Immer lights, images. You can also change the exterior of the vehicle, which is usually called police sign. Numbers 1 through 4 is usually the liveries. You can change those at will. You can also change the license plates, and pretty much anything else in there. You can download skin packs, but we aren't going to do that in this tutorial. So head back out, and you don't need Spark anymore. We're going to install this ELS configuration file, so head back over to your main directory. Find the ELS folder, enter there, and what we're going to do is we're going to drag this FBI.ini, or config file, over into there, and then we're going to edit this slot control file, and then under FBI, which is the vehicle we want, we're going to switch that from default config to FBI, and that will load that configuration file for the lighting for that vehicle. Save that, and we're good to go with ELS and your car mod. The final thing I'd suggest to download is a simple native trainer, which is a program used to spawn things in game. It makes things a lot easier. Just Google native trainer, grab the top one, doesn't really matter, they all work the same, and download quickly. This is probably the easiest thing to install. So once you get the archive downloaded, open it up. You got a bunch of scripts inside. We do not need the script hook DLL because we already have it with LCPDFR. All we need to do is quickly navigate back to our default directory for GTA. And what we're going to do is we're going to copy the trainer.asi and the trainer.ini over to your home directory. What I did in this video, I did kind of wrong. I'm using the Ballad of Gay Tony, so that's why BOGT I grabbed. I thought that I had to put it in the Ballad of Gay Tony files. That's why I navigated there and dragged them over. But in reality, I checked afterwards, and in a second it's going to switch to what I did to fix it. They don't go in there. You actually only need one set depending on where you go, and they all go in your main directory. So just come back over here, Control X, cut, go back to your main directory, which is the FLC, and then I deleted that. You don't need to, but I'm only using Ballad of Gay Tony, so I pasted it in there. Now all that's left is to fire up the game, hit F3, you'll open up your trainer, go to Options, this is important, go over with your number pad and go up to Enable Disable Keys, make sure that's set to Disabled, it's usually enabled by default, and then go to the next page and hit Save Settings to the INI file, hit 5 and it will hit Enter for you. The number pad controls that, so we can go outside now, and in order to enable LCPDFR, hit Alt-P. It'll show all the police stations. You can go there to go on duty, and we're going to spawn the car here. Press F3, go to car spawning, go to spawn FBI, and here's the car we just spawned in. And you can turn on your lights by pressing J as the default, use your controls that you set up, and that's about it. So if you enjoyed this tutorial, make sure you leave me a like, it'll help out a lot. If you have questions, the comment section is good for that. I will answer as much as I can. And yeah, this looks like garbage because it's on my second PC and it's using a 16:9 monitor and it's not as powerful as my main rig, but I needed to do a fresh install so I didn't screw up my main. And yeah, that's why the aspect ratio is kind of meh. But other than that, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.